Hi Rich. Hi Jen. I'm in the middle of shows doing Born Yesterday, that's why I have so much makeup on. But thank you for seeing me. I'll be doing side one of Philadelphia Story. Anything you want as Mary or Elsie. They're magic. What a cunning little camera.
It's a Contax. I'm afraid I'm rather a nuisance with it.
Oh, but you couldn't be. I hope you'll take loads. Dear Papa and Mama aren't allowing any reporters in. That is, except for little Mr. Grace, who does the social news. Can you imagine a grown-up having to sing so low?
It does seem pretty bad.
People have always been so kind about letting us live our simple and uneventful little life here, unmolested. Of course, after my divorce last year, here. But I expect that always happens, and is more or less deserved. Dear Papa was quite angry, though, and swore he'd never let another reporter inside the gate. He thought some of their methods were a trifle underhanded. You're a writer, aren't you, Mr. Connor?
In a manner of speaking.
Sandy told me. I've sent for your books. Macaulay Connor? What's the Macaulay for?
My father taught English history. I'm Mike to my friends.
Of whom you have many, I'm sure. English history has always fascinated me. Cromwell, Bloody Mary, John the Bastard. Where did he teach? I mean, your father.
In the high school in South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend. Sounds like dancing, doesn't it? You must have had a most happy childhood there.
It was terrific.
I'm so glad.
I don't mean it that way.
I'm so sorry, why?
Largely due to the lack of wherewithal, I guess.
But that doesn't always cause unhappiness, does it? Not if you're the right kind of man. George Kittredge, my fiancé, never had anything either, but he... Are either of you married?
No. That is no.
You mean you were, but now you're divorced?
Well, the fact is...
Besides, you can't mean you're ashamed of it.
Of course I'm not ashamed of it. What? It was ages ago when I was a mere kid in Duluth. Good Lord, Liz, you never told me you never asked. I know, but Joe Smith, Hardware. Liz, you're just the damnedest girl. I think I'm sweet.
Duluth. That must be a lovely spot. It's west of here, isn't it?
Sort of, but occasionally we get the breezes.
Is this your first visit to Philadelphia?
Just about.
It's a quaint old place, don't you think? I suppose it's affected somewhat by being the only really big city that's near New York.
I think that's a very good point to make about it.
Though I suppose you consider us somewhat provincial.
Not at all, I assure you.
Odd customs and such. We're the Scrapples, eat biddle on Sunday. Of course, it is very old. Philadelphia, I mean. The Scrapple is fresh weekly. How old are you, Mr. Connor?
I was 30 last month.
2 books isn't much for a man of 30. I don't mean to criticize. You probably have other interests outside your work.
None. Unless...
How sweet. Are you living together?
No, we're not. That's not a question, I must say.
Why?
Well, it just is.
I don't see why. I think it's very interesting. Miss Embry, don't you agree that all this marrying and giving in marriage is the damnedest gyp that's ever been put over on an unsuspecting public?
Can she be human?
Please, Mr. Connor, I asked Miss Embry a question.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
Good. Nor do I. That's why I'm putting my chin out for a second time tomorrow. Here's the lucky man now. I'll bring him in and put him on view. A one-man exhibition.